come and join us at WonderWorks, which is in Orlando, Florida. It's off at International Drive with tons of stuff to do here. And you can make your decision on whether you think it is worth it. We're gonna go through all the things on each of the floors.
Today we're at WonderWorks, and we are going to show you all the things and experiments that you can do. Okay. Yeah, yes. And also we're gonna show you what's inside the upside down house. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. Oh my gosh. Ooh, was that cool?
That was something.
So let's start with this first floor. The hurricane simulator unfortunately was broke down. There was probably 3 or 4 exhibits that were broken, unfortunately. And then they had this giant Google Earth screen. You could actually go through anywhere in the world and search. And I believe you could probably do this on your phone too. But it's something fun to mess around with if you want to see a specific area in the world. And then they had a couple of screens that would ask you questions about hurricanes. You could guess the year the hurricane was or what the worst part of the hurricane was. Probably the highlight of this section was the earthquake simulator. Unfortunately, it didn't shake a whole lot though. I'll show that here in just a minute. I don't know how accurate it is because thankfully we've never been through an earthquake. But this first area has maybe 8 different exhibits or so, and hopefully they get that hurricane simulator working.
Earthquakes have been the
Moderate.
prepare for the quake.
This is what it feels like to do an earthquake. That'd be scary.
Yeah, it would. Left hand into the glove and press the blue button with your right.
Left hand.
Look, there's like electricity in there. Move your arm up.
Move your arm up.
Ready?
That's funny.
This shows the screen of your body temperature, and then the next thing is a challenge of how long you can keep your hand in that cold water. It is 38 degrees, and it says that water can freeze at 32 degrees.
Then 10 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Is that really cold?
It is cold.
Rick got to 12 seconds. Now this next one says watch water defy gravity. This has to be an illusion because my camera started freaking out. We slowed it down and it would slow the black. So this is from my phone, which it did not have that reaction.
That's really cool.
It ain't moving at all. It's my blow on it.
Every time I turn my head, it looks like I'm glitching. Okay, yeah, I'm glitching. Oh, it's okay. It's just water. I can't breathe.
Now going upstairs to the second floor, this area had quite a bit to do. I liked this illusion. It's like the eyes were following you as you went from left to right. And this one was really trippy with the houses. This area kind of reminds me of like a Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh, it's trippy.
Weird.
What is this? It's
It's an illusion. Oh, there's the bed of nails.
If you've been on the Haunted Mansion, I believe this is the same kind of thing where you're in the library and those heads are following you, and it actually looked different on my camera than it did in person because it's carved inward, but really neat. This floor was definitely a fun section. You could draw stuff, make it come to life. You can push in on these and see the impression you make, and I liked, of course, these different illusions that might give you a little headache, but still really neat. Here, I believe there's 3 different things to do. The first one on the left is playing some sort of numbers game. Unfortunately, the second thing, it was down for maintenance, another broke down thing. There was 3 of these pads, 1 was broken. So again, a little disappointing that there was so much broken here, but the kids still had fun creating these little guys, little dragons you can color, and you can name them too.
That's mine!
The Crayola Experience had something similar too, where you color on the pad and then it comes to life on the screen, but that's always fun to do.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow.
It says it can be a thank you. It says it can be a fact you can poke your clothes.
Alright, let me know.
It does? Yeah, don't do it, Pumpkin.
It didn't hurt her, it just, you can tell.
You can tell it's real.
It actually might feel pretty good on your back.
No. Please wait or reset. 4 feet, 3 inches.
This right section of the second floor had a bunch of different games. A lot of them you would typically see in an arcade. I did like this digital air hockey. That was kind of neat. They had a fun twister game. I like this one where you can throw balls at the screen to kill these zombies. And then they have these illusions here, like the pictures make one big giant picture. They have this little dinosaur section with just a photo op and some fun facts. And then this old arcade game just kind of catching fish. I've seen it before, but this looked like an older version. I will say this game was pretty fun. It was neat. I've never actually seen one like this before.
Look at the screen.
I don't understand it. It's like a dancing spot. Push a button and strike a pose. You ready to strike a pose?
Okay.
Oh, you touch it. That's funny. That's pretty cool.
Weird.
This is the same floor, just kind of behind where everything was. They have that piano, they have a interactive sandbox, and this board where you can draw with light. That was kind of cool. It looks like it works better with a different light though. This place is kind of a sensory overload, so just be careful if you have little ones sensitive to that, but this might be great for the little ones that like to touch everything. A lot of interactive stuff. And then a lot of illusions all over. You stare at the one spot and it makes you see something. They had this huge light bright, which is similar to the one at the Crayola Experience. If you haven't been to the Crayola Experience in Orlando, I will link that below, but a lot of hands-on and creativity there. It seemed like there were a lot of random arcade games just kind of stuck in random places. So I don't know how long some of these games have been there. I don't remember a lot from our trip before the kids.
Oh yeah, Mission to Mars. Mission to Mars. This Wonder Coaster. Wonder Coaster. Oh my gosh. It's like a roller coaster simulator.
In this section, they have some silly photo ops too. I remember doing this a long time ago, like you're an astronaut, you're flying into space. It's just another add-on you can do.
Oh my gosh, that looks nauseating.
And this is a roller coaster simulator. This is the first time they've been on something like this where it closes and you actually go upside down.
You can hear him. Oh my goodness. It does go. That was funny. It does go upside down. You liked it? Oh my. Okay.
Here's another simulator, kind of like you're going into space. I'm not sure, I'm guessing it's a rocket or a plane, but they had a ton of these at the Kennedy Space Center. If you haven't been, you have to go. There really is so much more you can do in Florida besides the theme park, so take advantage of all the things you can do in Central Florida and up towards Tampa. The shadows made it say wow. They had a ton of illusions and paintings as you head upstairs. I believe it's the 4th floor, and that is where another section section of the arcade is, and the 4D theater, as well as laser tag. They had some weird looking Dr. Seuss sculptures, and then this was the basement. That's where the arcade, 4D theater, and laser tag is. Now, the arcade is extra, but the others are included. The 4D theater was fun. It had quite a few different options to choose from, but we ended up doing the laser tag first, Buddy Boy and I, and then Vanessa and Rick went to do that roller coaster simulator again. I'll briefly go through the arcade, but they also had a ropes course, so they had different prices for the tickets. Some of them included everything and some was just the basic stuff.
Mom? Teamwork makes the dream work.
High five.
I'll tell you that.
You got one? Get him, get him.
The more expensive ticket for this comes with an $8 arcade credit, so that is how you get that, or you can purchase more, of course. Lots of things that you can earn tickets, tokens on, and then you can redeem for prizes. They had some shooter games, Monopoly, racing, skee-ball, Jurassic Park. Of course, they have way better arcades in Central Florida, but this is decent if you're here.
Over there.
Isn't that chill? Okay.
Yeah, really cool.
Oh, wow. Great rip-off.
I probably would have stayed and done more of the 4D movies. That was actually pretty decent. It was fun to watch them, but we had to do a dinner show that day, so we had to leave a little bit earlier. We got everything else done. They had some silly stuff in the shop if you want to check that out when you head out. Lots of gag gifts and magic trick stuff. So do Rick and I think it's worth it? No, we don't think it's worth the price. If it was a little bit cheaper, maybe $20, yes. Do the kids think it's worth it? Absolutely. They loved it and they want to go back. So I think it depends who you ask on this. Now, I do wish some of the exhibits weren't broke down. There was probably 4 or 5 different things broken. That would help my judgment, I think. And also just not having random arcade games in places. I feel like they could use more newer exhibits to replace that. Make it more unique. Let us know what you think. Would you go in here? We still had a great time. It was fun watching the kids have a blast, so that's really what matters. A big thank you to Maddie and Lachey for helping support our channel. People like you help us to keep going and doing what we love.
Stay up, make it subscribe for videos to the channel and subscribe.
Click either of these videos for the Crayola Experience or the Kennedy Space Center. Those are both great places to go outside of the theme park, something different to do besides Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld.